Team Liquid PH lost one of the most iconic gold laners in Mobile Legends history. Yet somehow, they never stopped winning. When Oheb's departure became official, many fans expected a decline. After all, this was a player who helped define an era of championship MLBB. But instead of collapsing, Team Liquid PH kept collecting trophies, reaching finals, and remaining one of the most feared teams in the world. So here's the big question. Did Team Liquid PH just prove that its success was always bigger than any superstar player? Welcome back to Mobile Legends News. Over the last 2 years, Team Liquid PH has established itself as one of the premier organizations in professional Mobile Legends. The teams has consistently competed for MPL Philippines titles, represented the region in the international stage, and built a reputation for elite teamwork, preparation, and adaptability. Their success made them a benchmark for excellence in modern MLBB esports. That's why Oheb's departure felt so significant. Many believed losing a player of his caliber would create a massive void. Instead, Team Liquid PH continued to thrive, raising an even bigger discussion about what truly drives a dynasty. To understand whether Team Liquid PH built a dynasty without Oheb, you have to understand first what made Team Liquid PH great in the first place. Because despite how incredible Oheb was, the reality is that Team Liquid's success was never built around a single player. It was built around a system. When people think about Team Liquid PH today, they immediately think about championships, international appearances, and dominant regular season performances. But behind all of those results is a core group that has remained remarkably stable through multiple roster changes. At the center of everything is Teddyqt. For years, Teddyqt has been one of the most respected junglers in MLBB history. Whether it's objective control, shot calling, jungle pathing, or late game decision making, he continues to be the engine that drives Team Liquid PH forward. Even in MPL Philippines Season 17, Teddyqt remained one of the team's most influential players as Liquid continued its dominant run through the league. Alongside him is Sanford, arguably one of the most feared XP laners in the world. Sanford's ability to absorb pressure, create space, and dominate team fights has been a defining characteristic of Team Liquid's identity for years. Opponents frequently focus resources towards stopping him, yet he continues to find ways to impact games. Then there's Sanji. While he doesn't always receive the same spotlight as some superstar gold laners, Sanji has consistently been one of the most reliable mid laners in the Philippine scene. His flexibility in drafts, hero pool depth, and ability to support Teddyqt's tempo-oriented playstyle has been crucial to Team Liquid's success. Throughout Season 17, Sanji continued producing standout performances as Liquid maintained its position near the top of the standings. And finally, JP. JP may not always generate flashy headlines, but veteran roamer leadership is one of the most reliable resources in professional MLBB. Team Liquid's map movements, teamfight setups, and macro execution often start with JP creating opportunities for the rest of the roster. Together, Teddyqt, Sanford, Sanji, and JP formed a championship core that remained intact even as major changes occurred around them. When Team Liquid entered Season 17, these 4 players were still the foundation of the roster despite Oheb's departure. And that's where the dynasty conversation becomes interesting. Because dynasties are not usually defined by star players. They're defined by systems that survive star player departures. When Oheb joined Team Liquid before MPL Philippines Season 15, expectations were enormous. He arrived as one of the most decorated gold laners in MLBB history and immediately helped elevate an already talented roster. The move was viewed as one of the biggest acquisitions in Philippine MLBB at the time. The partnership worked. Team Liquid collected championships, established itself as one of the strongest teams in the world, and became a consistent title contender. By the end of 2025, many fans believed Oheb as an essential piece of the team's success. That's why his departure created so much uncertainty. For many organizations, losing a franchise player creates a rebuilding phase. Fans expect growing pains, inconsistency, and a temporary decline in results. Instead, Team Liquid chose a different path. The organization retained its championship core and focused on finding solutions rather than excuses. Initially, one of those solutions appeared to be Aaron Shiki. Ahead of MPL Philippines Season 17, Team Liquid introduced Indonesian import Aaron Shiki as part of its revamped roster. The move generated significant excitement because it represented one of the organization's boldest roster decisions since acquiring Oheb. This expectation was that Aaron Shiki would help fill the void left by one of the region's greatest gold laners. On paper, it made sense. Team Liquid had the infrastructure. Team Liquid had the veteran core. Team Liquid had championship experience. The idea was to plug another talented player into an already proven system. But reality doesn't always follow the script. The transition ultimately failed to develop into the long-term solution many expected. Team Liquid later explained that circumstances surrounding the roster situation created complications, leading the organization to seek another answer for gold lane position. This is where many organizations would begin to panic. Changing a gold laner is difficult enough. Changing a gold laner after losing Oheb is even harder. Changing a gold laner during an active competitive season can completely derail championship aspirations. Yet, Team Liquid remained calm. Why? Because organizations with strong development systems don't depend on emergency signings alone. They develop talent, and that development pipeline eventually led them to Teddy Cutie. Teddy Cutie wasn't originally the headline acquisition that fans were talking about. He wasn't the superstar replacement generating massive off-season discussions. Instead, he emerged through opportunity. Reports surrounding Team Liquid's transition indicated that Teddy Cutie had already been developing within the organization's ecosystem and was building momentum through academy-level competition and national-level opportunities. When Team Liquid needed answers, Teddyqt was ready to compete. What happened next may have been the strongest evidence yet that Team Liquid's dynasty extends beyond individual names. The team kept winning. Not just surviving, winning. Throughout MPL Philippines Season 17, Team Liquid continued producing dominant performances. The team opened the season strongly, maintained its position among the league leaders, and eventually captured another MPL championship while securing qualification for major international competition. That's not the profile of a team struggling to replace a superstar. That's the profile of a team whose culture and system remain intact. Teddyqt also gradually earned more confidence from fans and analysts. Early discussions focused on whether anyone could replace Oheb. Later discussions shifted towards how quickly Teddyqt was developing within Team Liquid's structure. Community reactions increasingly highlighted his growth and his ability to contribute alongside an already elite core. And that brings us to the biggest reason Team Liquid PH has remained successful through roster turbulence. Identity. Even after losing Oheb, even after coaching changes, even after experimenting with new roster configurations, Team Liquid still looks like Team Liquid. They still prioritize disciplined macro. They still play around objective control. They still trust Carlt's decision-making. They still leverage Sanford's teamfight presence. They still rely on Sanji's versatility, and they still benefit from JP's leadership. The names around the edges may change, but the foundation remains recognizable. That's what separates great teams from dynasties. Great teams often rise because of extraordinary players. Dynasties survive because of extraordinary systems. And when Team Liquid PH lost one of the biggest stars of MLBB history, endured an unsuccessful transition plan, turned to a developing rookie, and still ended up winning championships, they provided perhaps the strongest evidence yet that their success was never dependent on one player alone. It was built on a championship culture capable of adapting, evolving, and continuing to win regardless of who occupies the gold lane. Team Liquid PH may not have completely settled the dynasty debate yet, but their achievements since Oheb's departure have made the argument much stronger. Many teams struggle when they lose a franchise cornerstone, especially a player with Oheb's legacy and championship pedigree. Instead of falling behind, Team Liquid adapted, trusted its development process, integrated new talent, and continued competing for titles. That ability to survive major roster changes while remaining at the top is often what separates great teams from true dynasties. And Team Liquid PH is making an increasingly convincing case. Now, I want to hear from you. Has Team Liquid PH already built a dynasty? Or do they still need a few more championships before earning that title? Is their continued success proof that the organization systems is elite, or do superstar players still deserve most of the credit? Drop your thoughts in the comments, rank where Team Liquid PH stands among the greatest MLBB teams ever, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Mobile Legends news content. Till next time!